Have you ever had a dream so real it leaves behind a scar? A girl with eyes like a storm smiles at you in a place you've never been and whispers,
"I'll wait."
You wake up, but the feeling doesn't fade. And just like that, reality pulls you back. Bills, jobs, deadlines. A boss yelling over the phone, "Why aren't you selling your book?" But what if your dreams weren't just dreams? What if they were warnings? In Promised Orchid, we follow Jae Sin, a lonely writer, burdened by regret, haunted by nightmares, and stuck in a life that never seems to move. But everything changes the moment he meets her, a mysterious woman who reads his hands and whispers of a fate far beyond anything he could imagine. A curse, a promise, and a past he never even knew he had. As children begin to vanish across the city, as whispers of spirits grow louder, Ian is thrown into a world of gods, ghosts, and a truth that refuses to stay buried. Can you escape your past if you don't remember it? Can you protect those you love if you don't even know who you are? Promised Orchid is more than just horror. It's a journey through trauma, fate, and unspoken love, wrapped in mystery and steeped in ancient secrets. So if you're ready to lose yourself in a story where nothing is what it seems, stick around, because we're about to dive deep into the story of Promised Orchid, and trust me, you won't be the same after this. A beautiful girl approached the monastery, her long hair fluttering in the wind. She turned around, smiled, and said, "I'll wait." Then, suddenly, a loud ring. A phone. The boy opens his eyes, confused, disoriented. He blinks, tries to make sense of the world around him, but the feeling stays. The same dream. Again, he rolls over, answers the call, still in a fog. It's his boss. Cold, irritated, still sleeping? No wonder your book won't sell. You're lazy. The boy exhales. What's the difference? He replies quietly. He gets up, still groggy, still aching from something deeper. And then he hears it. "Since you picked up the call, you're still alive." The news. More missing children. The numbers keep rising. The streets keep getting quieter. And then his mind flashes back to him. Someone he knew. Someone now gone? He dials. His friend answers. The only one still picking up these days. "Hey, don't forget to lock your door before bed. Got anything else to say?" He replies. "Otherwise, I'm hanging up." Wait, there's one more thing. As Jay opens the bathroom door, he already knows what's coming. If it's about writing for the portal again, forget it. No, not this time. His friend says, "It's not that." He steps inside, washes his face, and listens. "Man, you really hate our site that much." Ian leans over the sink and answers without looking up. "Because working for you guys is pointless. No money, no thanks, no future. You just want free labor." He stares into the mirror, eyes tired, voice flat. Then his friend says something cold, but true. "You're a heartless bastard, Ian, but you're not wrong. We're broke, and you can't even pay rent." Jay mutters, "I could be kicked out any moment. What choice do I have?" The voice on the phone lowers. "You're stubborn. Always have been. That's why you're alone now." Even at Angel's house, he never opened up, never talked to anyone, except the director. Jake just listens. His friend continues. "You were always that guy, the one who stayed quiet, who stayed distant, but still a good guy deep down." Then silence. The call ends. Jay turns toward the shower, thinking it's over, but his phone buzzes again. "Don't get too comfortable." His friend texts, "You've got something to do today. A part-time job, just for one day." A friend or friend needed help moving stuff. Nothing complicated. Jay raises his head, blank stare. "I don't want to," he says. But then, an offer. They're paying double, hourly. You'll even see the sun today. Isn't that something? And just like that, a few hours later, here we are, in the city. Again, the guy walked down the street, thoughts spinning. His friend had been annoying him all day. But to be fair, he hadn't paid rent in weeks. He turned to the side. His eyes scanned the road, and he sighed. Maybe it's time I actually earned something. Suddenly, a voice. Someone called from the side. A woman, sitting beneath a small canopy, beckoning him closer. She waved her hand and smiled. Want me to tell your fortune? You won't regret it. He stopped, looked her up and down, then stepped closer just a little. No thanks, he said. I don't believe in that stuff. Superstition. She tilted her head. Haven't you heard of horoscopes? He frowned. Of course I have, but fortune-telling has nothing to do with horoscopes. He turned away, ready to leave. Don't be so stubborn, the woman called out. Try it once. But he kept walking. Then she winked, and her voice dropped to a whisper. Fine, I'll tell you something for free. If I'm right, you'll come see me next time. Shake on it. He didn't respond, didn't even look back. Then she said something strange, something off. What you're looking for is in a hole under the tree roots. He paused, turned, his face twisted, confused, suspicious. I'm not looking for anything. She blinked, surprised, like that wasn't what she expected. As he walked away, she said softly, Strange, I was sure you were. He whispered under his breath. Geez, what a quack. Later that day, he arrived at the fair. Just some temporary work, moving boxes, cleaning stalls. A part-time gig, nothing more. People pointed, gave him instructions, and finally, he sat down at a nearby table, completely drained. Someone approached. A soft voice. It's quite hot out, so please take this. It was the boss. She handed him a drink. He nodded. Thanks. She walked away, but someone nearby whispered, Do you think she likes him? The girl looked confused. What are you talking about? Another worker chimed in. I mean, he looks super tired. And she noticed it right away. Since when do we care that much about temp workers? The guy scratched his head, looked at the time. For more hours. Then I can go home. Time passed fast. He ran around, moved more boxes, just kept his head down and worked. Then suddenly, a shout. Have you gone crazy? How could you lose the flash drive? A man's voice. Sharp, frustrated. He kept walking until it had the client list. We need to find it now. The boy turned, saw the group gathering. The man pointed. Everyone, help us look. The boss agreed. And just like that, the search began. They were 1 week away from a massive event. At the children's cafe, everything was riding on that list. The girl stood in front of the group, eyes low, voice shaking. I'd be really grateful if you all could take a short break and help us find it. People murmured, agreed, but some whispered, how are we supposed to find it in a place like this? He wandered, slowly, aimlessly, until his eyes stopped. A tree, and something odd, bird tracks, leading to its base. He stepped closer, looked down, a hole, right between the roots. He paused, heart beat louder, his breath slowed, and then he remembered, that woman, her voice, her words. He stood there, frozen. How could she have known? What was this? Coincidence? Or something else? Something deeper? Who said that? What Jae was looking for was in a hole under tree roots? He stepped closer, eyes narrowed, curious. Is there really something inside? And there it was, a flash drive, the exact one. Jae froze, completely stunned. He stared at it for a second, then suddenly turned around and ran straight back to the fortune teller's tent. She saw him coming, smiled gently. Welcome back, dear. What would you like to know? He hesitated, then spoke softly. I keep seeing the same dream. It's been happening for so long. I don't even remember when it began. Each time, I see the same person. A monastery, I don't know its name. I never see their face. But each time, they say the same thing. This is wonderful. I'll wait. The fortune teller listened, then said gently, You don't know this person, but you want it, don't you? Jae lowered his gaze, nodded. Yes, I was promised an answer. She smiled. And you'll get one. But how can you find someone when you don't even know their name? She opened a small pouch and spread rice across a flatboard. Come back when you know their name and birth date. Only then can I really help you. He blinked, confused. Wait, that's all. She tilted her head. Or I can show you something else. He stepped back. Forget it. I should just go home. But just as he turned to leave, she asked, Why don't you carry your eyes with you? Jae stopped, turned. What? She smiled softly. The eyes that can see truth. You have them. He stared at her, blankly, until a memory, a sudden flash, a moment from his childhood. He shuddered. How do you know that? He asked, voice trembling. She simply replied, you must carry them. Without them, you might die. Only speak about what your true eyes show you. That's the only way to avoid death. Jae looked down. The rice glimmered faintly. Then she asked, what are you really searching for? Someone, he whispered. She looked up. Then stop running from your fate. He was silent, shocked. Her words shook him. Then she extended her hands. Give me your hands. What? Now? Yes. He raised them. She pulled them in firmly. What are you doing? Trying to help you. Her voice had changed. Deeper, older, almost inhuman. She paused. It's done. Now you must pay. Wait, what? Payment. For the reading. Jae blinked. I thought it was free. Wait, can I pay by card? She laughed, then faded into the shadows. That night, Jae returned home. He opened his cabinet, pulled out his old glasses. He hadn't worn them in years. Not since. That day, suddenly, his phone rang. Hey Jae, boss wants to see you. Turns out, she wanted to thank him for saving the day. They met at a cafe, a gallery cafe. She smiled. If it weren't for you, we'd be in deep trouble. He just said, it was nothing. Then she leaned in. Be honest. How did you know where that flash drive was? Jae froze. Couldn't answer. He just smiled. Lucky guess. She got up to answer a call. There's cool stuff upstairs. We'll go after. As she left, Jae sighed. Then he remembered his friend's words. You were meant to be there. Fate. He got up, headed upstairs. And that's when he saw it. A painting. The monastery. From his dreams that he leaned in. The memory hit him like lightning. This is it. He couldn't see the figures clearly. So, he pulled out his glasses. At that moment, the boss returned. That one's interesting, huh? Jae turned to ask, do you know this painting? But standing beside him wasn't the boss. It was an eagle. A giant eagle. Of course I know it. The eagle said, I've been looking for it myself. Jae froze. It was her voice, the fortune teller. She explained, this painting was made by Young's son, a living canvas, a fairy's prison. Children who enter never come back. He listened, overwhelmed. Then he saw the paw prints, her prints. She planted the flash drive. This was a trap. Suddenly, he remembered, carry the eyes that see truth. Speak only what they show you. He looked at her, eyes wide. She stared back. Do you really see me? She asked. He smiled and said nothing, but her smile faded. She lunged. You saw my truth. You monster. She grabbed him, slammed him into the wall. I should have known. We were the same. Jae gasped for air. Her grip was tightening. Then, the curse. Symbols appeared, glowing on his hand. What is that? She screamed. She backed off, terrified. It's a brand. A curse. She burst out of the building, shattering the window. Jae looked at his hand, still glowing. He whispered, what is this? He remembered her grabbing his hands earlier. She did something to me. Then another memory. A woman on the ground. Blood. A voice. You're not to blame. Jae closed his eyes. Director, what should I do? Then he stood up, eyes filled with purpose. He looked at the children in the painting. Then he punched the canvas. Nothing. Until his hand slipped into it. He reached and pulled. A child. Alive. Breathing. News reports later confirmed it. Children found inside a gallery cafe. Testimonies vari. No suspect has been identified. Jae sat quietly, watching the news, his hands still marked with glowing symbols. He remembered her words, stop running from your fate. And in that moment, he knew what he had to do. He got up, headed back to the tent. But it was gone. No sign. Nothing. He asked a nearby man, wasn't there a fortune teller here? The man laughed. What are you talking about? No one's been here for years. Jae pointed, described her. Jewelry, bright clothes. The man shook his head. This place, has been empty for a decade. A photo hung on the wall. The same woman. Burned. Charred at the edges. Jae stared. Was this real? Or had it all already been forgotten? The man grabbed his shoulder and screamed in pain. He ran down the corridor, not knowing where to go. He looked back, and that's when he heard it. A voice, calling his name, getting closer, faster. He froze. Tears welled up in his eyes. Out of pure fear, he cried. He turned again. The shuffling sound continued. And then, a silhouette appeared. A girl, head down, moving slowly along the hallway. She called out, "Mister, where are you?" The man hid, curled under a table, hand over mouth. Not a sound. Silence. She stopped. She turned, walked the other way. But then, she asked, "Where did he go?" Her neck cracked, twisting into a sharp, grotesque spine. And suddenly, her face was in front of his. She whispered, "I finally found you." And then, slam! She tossed the table aside like paper. She approached him, her teeth grinding. That horrifying torn smile, wide and inhuman. And then, with one motion, she bit into his face, swallowed a whole. The scream that followed was so loud, it echoed into the street. Some time later, people gathered near the house. A woman said, "I heard it with my own ears." That was a man's scream. Whispers followed. That old woman again. Maybe dementia. She's always talking to ghosts. One of them called the police. The officer raised a hand. "Mom, no one even lives there. Probably just tramps or druggies." But the woman insisted. It sounded like someone was being cut alive. The officer sighed. "This area isn't under our jurisdiction. You can't just go in there." They told her to stop calling them, got back in their car, and left. People stayed behind, murmuring. Another person disappeared, eaten by a ghost. Suddenly, an old man shouted, "Silence." He turned, glaring. "Stop spreading this nonsense. Who will want to live here if you all keep saying it's haunted? The city, already half abandoned. Better to keep quiet." Meanwhile, news headlines. Mystery disappearances in City Sector 4. People in the comments. "I've passed that place. Creepy as hell. My cousin lives nearby. Said lights appeared that night." One boy sat, scrolling, reading every comment. So many disappearances lately. He clicked through articles, one after another, on the creatures rumored to haunt the place. Then, a voice. An old woman sat across from him. She nodded slowly. "Yes, it's all true. If you go there, you'll meet the one you're destined for." She pointed to the board beside her. "This is your fate. You can't stop it." Then she raised her hand. "If you pay, I will pray that you make it out." He pulled out his card. "No cash. Is this okay?" She smiled. Accepted. Later, he was moving, packing his things. The moving man asked, "Got everything? So many books. You sure you're not a teacher?" He shook his head. "No, just love to read." The driver laughed. "Books over furniture, huh? You must be a real bookworm." The boy looked out the window. Didn't respond. They drove. The sun dipped behind the trees. "You know," the driver said, "someone disappeared there recently. In that place you're headed." No answer. They kept driving. Finally, the brakes screeched. They arrived. A massive old mansion loomed ahead. The loader stepped out. Last tenant ran away screaming. No one's come back since. The boy stared. "A haunted house." The man added, "You scared?" He smiled. "Ghosts don't hurt people." The loader blinked, then chuckled. "You're something else, kid. Well, good luck." He asked for payment. The boy replied, "Do you take card?" And the loader laughed. "What are you, a fairy? You guys use card?" He counted the bill, so it was all correct. Wished him luck. "If you change your mind, call me anytime." Then as he drove away, he muttered, "Who the hell would live in a house with ghosts and monsters?" The boy's eyes widened. He ran after the truck. "Wait, stop. What did you say?" The loader braked. "Look back." I said, "I don't know who'd want to live in a place with ghosts. But monsters..." He paused, then stared. "You really don't know? Monsters live here." The young man froze. His breath caught. His heart raced. Monsters? But the truck was already gone. He stood in silence, on that empty road, alone. Then, a voice. "Are you the one I'm expecting?" A man approached. The house's owner. He smiled. Didn't think you'd arrive so early. Folded his arms. I came out to meet you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Everything okay? The boy nodded slowly. I guess. I'll know once I get comfortable. It's only been 10 minutes, but I have a question. Ask anything, the man smiled. Don't be shy. The boy took a breath, looked him straight in the eyes. Is it true that ghosts live here? The owner blinked, caught off guard, then waved his arms, panicked. WH, what are you talking about? Ghosts. There are no ghosts here. The boy didn't back down. He held up his phone. Don't lie to me. I saw the news online. They say ghosts appear in this house. The man stepped back. That's nonsense. Just rumors, urban legends. And the boy asked softly, then what about monsters? Silence. The man's eyes widened. He almost asked, how do you know? But stopped. He covered his face, then slowly smiled. Of course, not only ghosts. The boy tensed, his fists clenched. So it was true. He turned away, heart pounding. The man grinned. Yes, the ghost wanders here at night. But don't worry. I have urgent work. Gotta return home. The boy thought of leaving. Maybe it was better to go back. But he'd already moved out, had nowhere else to go, and barely any money left. Then, he noticed them. A crowd. People standing at the corner. Staring. Studying him. Their eyes filled with something. Then, they turned around and walked away. He whispered, do they know something? Is it because I'm moving here? The house owner interrupted. Shall we sign the contract? Without hesitation, the boy pulled out his card. Let's do it. I've only got this left. The man took the card, paused, then threw it aside. Silence. Time passed. The boy let out a deep breath, sat on the chair. Even a haunted house doesn't take cards. He looked up at the ceiling. If I pay taxes, I'll have no cash left. He sighed. Well, I guess I unpacked everything already. He turned, looked around. Spacious. Nice. $50 a month. Not bad. Then he remembered the loader's voice, echoing in his mind. For that price, even a crowd of ghosts is worth it. The boy tried to drink water, but then, ding, a sound, sharp, like a bell. He turned sharply. Wait, I'm not in the village anymore. Why is the devil's bell ringing here? He grabbed his glasses. Someone was approaching. Panic set in. He bolted, up the stairs, to the attic. At the window, he paused, peered down. What he saw, a crowd, huge, all dressed in red, carrying banners. No idea who they were. Not human. Something was wrong. He turned away from the window. What kind of gathering is this? At this hour? He sat down, breathed out, think, stay calm. He pulled the glasses to his face, put them on, and what he saw shattered him. Wolves, foxes, twisted, hideous creatures. A parade of monsters. Not a single human. He gasped. I was right. They're monsters. Then, a memory from childhood. A voice. Cold. Cruel. It's strange that this child sees what I truly am. A monster. Skinless. Eyes covering its face. Are you a human or a monster? She demanded, held a corpse in her hand. If you're human, I'll kill you. Snap back to reality. He blinked. He had to do something. A chariot passed his window. Inside, an old man. He leaned forward. The ceremony begins tomorrow. Don't even think about running. He warned the girl in front of him. She didn't respond. Inside the house, the boy calmed his breath. So if this is it, this is what I was looking for. He adjusted his glasses. Too many of them. He'd assumed there would be monsters, but not this many. Will I die here? He clenched his fists. Stay calm. It'll be fine. Then, he heard something. He turned. A girl, in a long skirt, dragging across the floor. He whispered, Who is that? The door was locked. She shouldn't be inside. She looked up. He froze. Was it a ghost? Her eyes, cold, empty. Then, she spoke. Mr. Scientist. His blood ran cold. Suddenly, from the railing, a monster, twisted, inverted head, eyes glowing, blood dripping. She lunged. He screamed, ran. She followed. Too fast. The wall shattered behind him. She struck. Hard. He coughed. Nearly choked. And still, she came. Her knee. Into his chest. He fell. Pinned. her hands at his throat. Closer, closer. She licked her lips, breath sour with death. He reached up. His seal glowed. Above, a stick, embedded in the ceiling, began to shine. Crack! It shot down like lightning, struck the monster. She shrieked, threw herself back. He coughed, ran, the gate. He made it, but too late. The bell still rang, and behind the door, monsters. So many monsters. He dropped to his knees. No, 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 no. I forgot they're still outside. He clutched his head. Just survive until dawn. The moon loomed. The city, swallowed in darkness. But the highest house burned with light. Inside, tomorrow is the full moon. The ceremony will begin. The old man spoke. You will join our master. A great honor. You should be grateful. He turned. Bring us one person before the moon is full. Back in the house, the boy tried to call. No signal. No network coverage. Damn this place. He dropped to the floor. What a fool I was. Ghosts? Ha! That was the least of my problems. Then, he remembered her. The girl. He had come for her. Even if she was a ghost. Even if she wasn't human. He had to see her again. He closed his eyes. But then, his glasses. Where are my glasses? Panic. He ran. To the roof. Silence. Then, there, near the window, he grabbed them. Thank God. But, crunch. Under his foot. Crystals? He bent down. Confused. And then, a glow. A stick. Buried in the floor. Glowing. Alive with energy. He reached for it. Pulled it free. It was light. Deceptively light. Just a stick. He held it up. Then, it fell. Crash. So loud. He couldn't believe it. He picked it up. Dropped it again. Crack. He blinked. Then, smiled. A wild, twisted grin. This thing, it's unrealistically heavy. But only with me. Next morning, he stood in front of the mirror, staring at bruises, wondering, why the hell can't I move anything today? And behind him, the loader's voice echoed. Because you already had an order today. How many times do I have to say it? The loader groaned on the phone. I need to help other people move today. The boy asked. Then, will you come for me when you're done? He stepped outside, still holding the phone. The loader chuckled. What are you, an idiot? Go there in the dark? Not happening. The wind blew. Cold. The boy sighed. The loader continued. I'll come tomorrow. You pack up in the meantime. And don't expect a discount now. You missed your chance. He muttered something about discounts. The line cut. The boy stared at the dead screen. Crushed. No money, no way out. I'm going crazy. Behind him. Footsteps. He turned. The house owner. Out of breath. Grinning. You're still alive? Then immediately. Forget I said that. The man rushed toward him. Too close. Too eager. Don't tell me you know about the monsters. The boy said, voice low. The man paused. Folded his arms. Bruce, did you fight the monster? The question fell off. Then he bowed. Master, please stay here. This is your place now. The boy blinked. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm not your master. The man tilted his head. I will pay you. The boy hesitated. How much? 10 million. Still no. 30 million. That made him pause. The man explained. At the top of the hill, there's a temple. Old. Abandoned. Haunted. People go missing. Some say tramps. Some say ghosts. The boy asked, why would police ignore it? The owner smiled. Because the whole sector's under reconstruction. No one lives here. No one watches. He continued. But years ago, someone survived. He saw a girl. Long black hair, ancient clothes. The boy stiffened. The ghost from the temple. The owner laughed again. The boy tried to walk away. I'm not kicking you out. I just want to leave. But the man ran off, shouting. Then we're agreed, as if the boy had said yes. The boy straightened his shirt, deep in thought. The girl, black hair, strange clothes. Was it her? Night fell. Alarm clock 10:39 p.m. He lay on the bed, tossing, turning. I'll get out of here at dawn. Just one more night. But the thought haunted him. What if that was her? What if I never see her again? He stood, looked at the stick beside his bed. His only weapon. He grabbed it. Outside. Dark streets. No one in sight. But from the shadows. Eyes. Glowing. Watching. He climbed. Breath short. Heart racing. Was it fate? Was he meant to see her? He turned a corner. Felt déjà vu. Have I been here already? Suddenly, the road lit up. Butterflies. Glowing. Floating. Then, he saw it. The temple. It pulsed with light. The same as in that old photo. He stepped forward. The doors creaked open. Inside, silence. Stairs. Light pouring through ancient cracks. He walked carefully. Each step echoed. Then, a silhouette. A girl, seated on a bed, in a beautiful dress. She looked at him. No words. Just a gesture. Come here. He stared. It's not her. She stood. Walked toward him. He was frozen. About to apologize. But her lips moved in silence. Then, her claws came out. She's going to kill me. But, light. From his stick. The girl recoiled. Shocked. Who are you? She backed away. That aura. You're an exorcist? Suddenly. Shuffling. Familiar. The boy froze. No, not her again. A girl. Upside down. Crawling on the ceiling. Calling out. Mr. Scientist. He gripped the stick. Swallowed. I brought her here. It's my mess. The brunette was confused. You didn't come for me. Now she was disappointed. The monster lunged. Walls shattered. The boy was cornered. He twirled the stick, praying it would work again. He shouted, "Don't come near me!" But the monster didn't listen. It moved with horrifying agility, dodging every strike. The guy lunged. Missed. Barely an inch. Then, wham! Her head slammed into his back. A crushing blow. He flew forward, hit the ground, and gasped. Kneeling. Dizzy. The girl watched him. He doesn't know how to fight. Then he's not an exorcist. Her eyes narrowed. But then where did he get that sword? The monster turned toward her. She flinched. But the boy sprang up again. I'm your opponent. Not her. Too late. The monster gripped his face tight. He could barely breathe. But slash! He severed her hand. The limb flew. Blood sprayed. He gasped. What did I just do? His heart pounded. Will this even count as self-defense? The brunette stood. It doesn't matter, she said. Just look. The severed hand began to dissolve. Dark energy gathered around it. The monster was regenerated. And then it changed. Hair. Flesh. It grew. Or did it? The monster's body expanded grotesquely. Fangs. Claws. A shadow too large for the room. The boy staggered. It's over. This is the end. He looked back. The girl was calm. It's not real, she said. That's its true essence. An illusion. He blinked. What? The core's hidden. Somewhere deep inside. She walked toward him. This illusion is just fear. That's what it wants you to feel. He hesitated. I don't know how to fight. She stopped. Then why carry a sword? He looked at the stick. This isn't a sword. The girl turned to him. Did you come here to kill me? No. He answered quickly. I came here to find someone. She stared. You're searching for someone? Here. Suddenly, the monster struck again. She moved fast. Wings erupted behind her. And in one graceful arc, she swept him out of harm's way. He hit the ground. Hard. She leaned in, eyes glowing. You came to this cursed place to find someone? What were you planning to do if you actually found them? He didn't answer. She pressed. You're powerless. Weak. Were you planning to die beside them? He breathed in, looked away. Then quietly, don't criticize me. They rolled, dodging another attack. He landed on top of her. Embarrassed. He turned his head. You're right. I've been a fool. Then why did you come? He was silent. In the distance, the monster roared. He clenched his fists. Memories flooded back. Fire. Fear. The one he lost. He looked up. Because if I died without seeing them again. He closed his eyes. That's the only thing I'd regret. She paused. His words lingered in the air. She remembered. A hand once reaching out to her. A long-forgotten memory. He stepped back. Sorry. I didn't mean to grab you like that. Then, we need to get out of here. Now, the monster loomed. Eyes burning. Mouth dripping. The boy looked at his weapon. Where is its true core? He stepped forward. No time to think. She approached him. I'll help. You will. She nodded. Took off her hairpin. Her wings unfurled behind her. Light shimmered around her as she tossed her hair back. The pin began to shift, to change. It lengthened, twisted, transformed into a glowing mesquite. She stood tall. I have my own reason to leave this place. The brunette turned, walking fearlessly toward the monster. Jae stared, stunned. A glowing sword shimmered in her hands. He'd never seen anything like it. She looked over her shoulder and said with a sharp calmness, "I'll distract him." Before he could react, the monster's massive hand came crashing down. But with one clean motion, she leapt, slashing upward and pushing off the ceiling midair. In a blur, she vanished from the monster's sight. And then, light exploded from her shoulder. She reappeared behind him, mid-spin, her sword cleaving the creature into pieces. Jae's jaw dropped. He raised his hand to speak, but she cut him off, voice firm. "Don't lose focus. We need to find its essence. That's the only way to win." Jae's thoughts raced. He glanced around frantically. What was the essence? He dropped his gaze, frozen in hesitation, until a memory came rushing back. The glowing skirt, the strange shimmer when they first met. It had to be connected. Without wasting another second, he grabbed his glasses and shouted, "I remember. I saw it." The girl turned mid-battle, confused. "What are you talking about?" "I saw its essence." With ease, he threw on the glasses, scanning its form as she sliced another part of its regenerating body. The monster snarled, swiping at her, stretching, regenerating faster than ever. Jae's breath caught in his throat. Then there it was, a faint, unnatural glow at its leg, a flicker of something not like the rest. "That's it," he cried, pointing. The girl flinched, whipping her head toward him. "Don't shout. You're drawing it to us." It was too late. The monster turned, its entire body locking onto him. The girl ran toward it in a final effort to block, but it ignored her completely. Its grotesque arm opened like a black maw, grabbing her, dragging her closer. Her voice echoed, "Strike, now, hit that spot." But she was swallowed almost completely. Jae froze in horror. Did it just absorb her? He whispered. Rage twisted in his chest. He broke into a run, sword in hand, aiming for the glowing spot. But something made him stop. Her face. It had appeared on the monster's back. She was crying, silently looking at him, eyes full of pain. Jae hesitated, and in that moment, the monster's claw slammed into his stomach. His body flew backwards, bouncing across the floor. Coughing, gasping, the pain paralyzed him. Then a blast. Jae opened his eyes. Another blast struck the monster. The sword, his sword, was moving. On its own, floating between him and the beast. It had protected him. Again, he stared, dumbfounded. How? The sword moved, graceful and deliberate. It struck again and again, carving through the creature's twisted form, until the girl was thrown free. She landed whole, alive. The monster shrieked in agony, pierced and falling apart. The brunette turned, watching the sword hover. That sword had consciousness, but why did it follow him? Jae just stood there, numb, watching, his mind blank, his body trembling. What had just happened? Was it luck again? He looked up. The sword slowly drifted toward him. He stumbled back. Don't scare me like that. Then, from the broken mass of the monster, a question echoed. Why? Its face still intact, its body still weeping. A tortured, human face stared right at him. Jae's heart sank. No, it wasn't over. The monster began to swell again. Panic. Urgency. He knew. He had to strike the essence. That one glowing mark. Her face, the girl's face, still remained there, crying. Looking at him with sorrow. He reached for the sword, but began moving without him. Flying toward the beast, ready to end it. No, he shouted. He grabbed the hilt, trying to pull it back. Don't do this. But the sword dragged him forward. His feet left the ground. He shouted, wrestling with it. What are you doing? And then it struck. Jae's body slammed against the monster's essence. Blinding light burst outward. The room filled with smoke. Silence. The brunette ran forward. Jae was lying on the ground, motionless. She hurried to his side, but then she stopped. It wasn't Jae that startled her. It was the dog lying beside him. A creature that wasn't there a moment ago.